Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. Finish this painting, but I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Happy birthday, America! You are now 248 years and 2 days. I know. You see, the problem with having your shows on weekends only is when a holiday as important as 4th of July happens on the weekday, you have to wait 2 days to get on camera and say, Happy birthday, America! Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Live Up to Freedom on 4th of July, Saturday. What a week, isn't it? I would say by far, and don't get mad at me, but 4th of July is definitely my second most favorite holiday. Christmas is the first one, just so you know. Christmas is the first one, but 4th of July, I do count every moment to get to 4th of July for so many reasons. And I think I'm going to give you some of those reasons, not to constantly call myself a foreigner. I don't look, does this look like a foreigner? No, it doesn't. Not to constantly repeat that sentence. Not that my accent wouldn't give it away on every sentence. But I feel sometimes that when an American-loving, naturalized citizen talks on America's birthday, it just has a different look into it, because I would say most of us who came to America at later date or adulthood, I would say, we just have that different look into America. We do. We see things differently. We feel things differently. We appreciate things very differently. So here are some of my reasons of counting moments every year to get to 4th of July. The Independence Day is one, it's the worry. Every year, yours truly is worried, are we going to have the next 4th of July? I have the same worry for Christmas. Now, of course, a lot of you might be like, what are you talking about? Of course, we're going to have 4th of July. Let me give you a couple of examples of why I have this concern in the back of my head. Number one, if you remember, if you even heard about it, if you followed through, about 2 years ago, Rashida Tlaib tried to target July as the Arab Muslim month in American calendar. And I was like, don't touch our July. 4th of July is 4th of July. It is July, the whole month of July. Nothing else is going to get on the calendar. No, we are not doing the Arab Muslim. Now, by the way, I'm the racist, right? But she wants the Arab Muslim, not all Muslims, but Arab Muslim. Don't get sidetracked, back to America. She's still pushing for that. And number two, I come from a country known as Islamic Republic of Iran, some of you called Iran, where we had a whole calendar. Whole calendar of 2,700 years of history of calendar. You know, the Independence Day of Iran, the New Year's of Iran, Cyrus the Great Day on the calendar of Iran, all of that. But they're not there anymore. They're not. After the Islamic Revolution, they redid the whole calendar. We even got pushed back. You know how I say it's a time tunnel? It pushes back in time, Islam. We're actually in year 1403 right now. which is the Arabic Islamic calendar. Even though in the real Iranian Persian calendar, the calendar should be year 2758, I believe. So coming from there, I've seen it in history that important days, the days of a nation that is the identity of that nation, can easily be erased and removed by cults, dangerous cults such as Islam, such as communist, Marxist, socialist, on and on. So with that being said, it does kind of like when we get to 4th of July and we get to have a 4th of July and the appreciation for America, wearing the 4th of July outfit I have, the hot dog and the beer and the wine or whatever you drink and the fireworks and the gathering. When that happens, I'm like, we got through 1 year. Awesome. Then I start the clock again until the next one. America has always been, to me, she's the reason I got a chance at life, not being alive, because that's what the first 18 years of my life was. From the moment I was born until 18, when I came to America, I was just alive. I mean, lack of freedoms, lack of understanding of freedoms, lack of knowing freedoms that even exist. To me, just male guardians allowing me to stay alive and breathe was a right, right? That was the freedom. So America is my life. I promised myself not to get emotional. I experienced life with America, with you guys, with my fellow Americans, that you have allowed me to grow in last 21 years and 11 months. Yes. In 32 days, I'll be 22 years American. But in last 21 years and 11 months, you guys have allowed me to grow into who I am very proud of today. So America is my life. So when I get to celebrate her birthday, it's even more awesome than my own birthday or my American birthday. Sidetrack. I actually have a birthday and then I have an American birthday. On August 8th every year, we celebrate my American birthday because that's where I was born again. Genuinely, like outside of faith, I was born again by coming to America. Another reason I love 4th of July, and I get like right there, it's seeing, even momentarily, seeing that motivation of patriotism back on the streets. I'm not saying 100%. No, we're all aware. I'm not going to deny the fact that there are plenty of people out there who would like to, get rid of 4th of July and just like get rid of anything patriotic in America, right? But 4th of July would be the biggest symbol of it. It's it, right? So I'm aware of those people. But when it comes to 4th of July itself, or the week of 4th of July, in any excuse of just gathering with family, with neighbors, co-workers, celebrating America. Unfortunately, we're at times where America is not being celebrated as much as it should. So 4th of July brings that out. So just few of the reasons why 4th of July is like, woohoo, it's 4th of July. And this year felt even more strong for me with everything going on with the struggles and the issues and, problems that we're facing. When I saw right here, for example, on Patriot TV, the messages from the hosts and the CEO and the audience and the celebration, the strong pride of that day itself, and then expanding into my streets, friends that I got to hang out with. It was more needed, at least for me. I might be just me, but it was so much more needed because there's that little tiny fear. And I understand as Christians, we're not to fear, but hey, I'm a human, right? That little bit of fear of, are we done? Are we so divided that things aren't ever going to be normal as I know it, as America again? So this year, it felt so good to see that we can still appreciate America, its existence, with all the good and all the bad. whatever comes with it as our life goes right now. It was good to know we can still celebrate her. And I wish, or I pray that soon, not just on 4th of July, but every day, my fellow Americans celebrate America and everything it stands for. You know, sometimes, um, let me ramble on more for a minute. Bear with me. Sometimes I listen to some broadcasts, uh, normal people on social media talking, and they emphasize on definition of America. And I feel like the enemy has shrunk our vision or gave us such a tunnel vision that there's so much more into what I understand of America or what America has to offer for all of us. And I don't mean just Americans. I don't mean just those who are inside America. I mean the world. America has so much more to offer, but we have created or we have allowed um, politicians, mainstream media, social media, created narratives to give us this tunnel vision where there's only that's it, that's all we see. But there's way more to it. The Constitution has, um, don't get me wrong, maybe the most important is, and I say maybe strongly, maybe the most important is the First and Second Amendment. Um, the Second Amendment is extremely unique to the world. I have always said I feel like the Islamic Revolution wouldn't take place, wouldn't be successful in 1979 in Iran if the mirror image of constitution we had in Iran of America also included Second Amendment. For those of you who might be, I don't know, just passing by seeing this show, Iran before the revolution under the Shah King Pahlavi had the mirror image of American Constitution minus the Second Amendment. It wasn't there. And I can't help every day thinking maybe, just maybe, this invasion of my motherland wouldn't take place if we did. So I acknowledge the Second Amendment is extremely unique to the world. I will acknowledge 100% that the First Amendment, from freedom of speech to freedom of religion. Now, I want to talk about that freedom of religion. You know, freedom of press, freedom of assembly. They're extremely powerful and extremely important. They are, yes. Um, but then there are other parts, many other parts of the Constitution or just the foundation of America that makes America unique and unique enough to be celebrated every day. Again, every day we're so busy, all of us, with life, with challenges, with fears, with issues, with corruption of our government, that it might be hard to every day get up and celebrate America, but I do. Every morning I wake up and I have a flag, like this one in my bedroom, and I give it a touch, and I thank America for allowing me to wake up one more day in America as a free woman. And then I start my day. That's me acknowledging America every day. Because again, it's different. I wasn't born here. I wasn't handed all of these freedoms. And I mean, yes, there's a difference. I had to actually learn. Here's a interesting challenge America had for me. One of interesting challenges, and it was that I actually had to learn the concept of freedoms. When I came to America, I was this 18 and a half year old girl, woman, whatever, young lady, who was broken, right? Her understanding of life was she's a half a human, she has a half a brain, she needs a male guardian to make decisions for her, otherwise she's going to screw everything up because she can't think for herself, right? She doesn't have the full brain in here to function. So the challenge was, one, to accept me as a full person. And America challenged me with that because, I mean, I would go to my boss, for example, one of my bosses who was a male figure, and I would be like, "Hey, I want to do this. What do you think I should do?" And he would look at me so weird, like, "Why are you asking me, woman? Like, who are you?" But he was polite. He would tell me that I don't feel comfortable answering that question. That's none of my business. That's your life. So those challenges end up where I actually learned the real definition of freedoms, what we refer to a lot of time as God-given rights. Yes, we have a constitution that was written by man. We had the founding fathers. Everybody can argue over if they wrote it based on Bible, if they had the Judeo-Christian values or not, whatever the argument. But even though it was written by man, but these are God-given rights, right? They are. And I can take you back to a very quick history lesson for those of you who may not know about it. There's a piece of clay, very old, broken in pieces, parts, and it's called Cyrus cylinder. Cyrus cylinder, or this broken, very old clay, is now being, right now it's kept in a museum in England, I believe London Museum. And that is to be known as the very first Declaration of Human Rights, written in a Western language, which was the original language of Persia under Cyrus the Great, king of Persia, mentioned in the Bible, has the very first Declaration of Human Rights. Ironically, that very land lacks all of them today. And that's where my little worry comes from, right? History could repeat itself, especially if we are not, if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it. Sidetrack again. So when you read that, well, you can't read the clay by itself because of the language of it, but when you read the translation of Cyrus the Great cylinder, you'll see that, for example, our First Amendment, of course, back then there was no freedom of press, so freedom of press isn't there. But the First Amendment is in that clay. To this day, I believe 5 of the articles of Declaration of Human Rights by UN is taken from that clay, Cyrus cylinder. Why am I going through this history? Is that the concept is given by God. The free will and all, right? The freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of being who you want to be as long as you're not a threat to yourself or others. All of those are God-given, but it took so long for man to write it down and turn it into a constitution, a system, a foundation of life on earth. And now, as we celebrate America, we also need to celebrate that achievement. Our Constitution is not just a piece of paper or a version I have about booklet. The American Constitution, which is what America stands on, as of God's orders, as of God's plan. So I will conclude this segment of my show by saying, as we celebrate America, remember to continue celebrating her, but also remember what we have here in America as of today all comes back to God. So I personally have done it, and I want you to thank God every day for allowing us to be in America as Americans, enjoying our God-given rights. And instead of taking them for granted, let's try to appreciate them every single day, regardless of the circumstances of that day. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to get into more details of freedoms, right? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm here to talk about a limited time offer of subscriptions to Patriot.tv and how you can become a member of our Patriot Defenders subscription club and become a member of Patriot.tv. Really, it's America's network. I call it the home of truth. And you can do that for only $9.99 a month. It's a great deal by itself, but what I'm going to walk you through here in these next few seconds is a couple of package deals that we have that are unbelievable. The next membership was the annual membership at $99 that you can save. Right away, you save $20 if you come in at the annual subscription rate. The best deal that I think that people ought to seriously consider is the 2-year membership at $159. And it includes a special edition of my recently released documentary, Flynn, Deliver the Truth, Whatever the Cost. So along with the 2-year membership, the 2-year subscription will send you a DVD combo of the film, plus an option to stream the movie online, as well as exclusive interviews of Tucker Carlson, Devin Nunes, and myself. So go to the home of truth, right? Go to patriot.tv today, sign up, seriously consider the 2-year subscription rate. It's an unbelievable savings. I think it's a total savings of about $70 from just signing up on a monthly or a annual basis. So thank you very much for your support. Patriot.tv is America's new network. Thank you.
The world is about to shift. Banks are going cashless globally with the emergence of central bank digital currency, which will bring with it programmable money and the ability to turn on or off your purchasing power based on your digital social profile. It's like the equivalent of spyware in your bank account. You need to get out of the system with the world's safest and most private assets, silver and gold.
Call Kirk Elliott, PhD at 877-547-5743. That's 877-KIRK-PhD.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thanks so much for staying with me until now. And I mean, is there anything I can add to what General Flynn said? I don't think I can, but I would say, yes, go to patriot.tv, sign up to our subscription channels. I want to kind of promote my own channel, but then maybe I should. Anyway, if you want to support my show directly while supporting Patriot TV, go to patriot.tv/live up to freedom. Otherwise, just sign up right on the homepage and support our programming here. Okay, let's, while I was prepping, if you call it, for today, as I said on the first segment, for granted freedoms, things that there's little tiny things that we just do every day and we don't even realize we could lose them one day. Very tiny things, right? So as I was prepping, I'm like, there might be an easy way to go over some of them fairly quickly in about 10 minutes or so, because I might actually resume this program. I don't know yet. That's besides the point. But I used to do these short 10-minute, 15-minute top 10 shows, informative top 10s. And one of them, long time ago, 6 or 7 years ago, was the top 10 most ridiculous crimes and its punishment in Islamic Republic of Iran. Let's go take a look at these 10, and then we'll talk about them when I get back.
Hello, welcome to our new project. At Glazov Game Production, we were thinking, what can we do to bring you more educational material, but make it more exciting? So here's what we have. We are going to bring you top 10 facts about Middle Eastern culture. Okay, so today I have the top 10 most funny, I call them funny, facts about crimes and its punishment in Islamic Republic of Iran, which, as you know, is located in the Middle East. So let's get started. Our number 10, we have what's known as nail polish. Oh yes, I personally love my nail and I love to polish them. However, if you live in Islamic Republic of Iran, guess what? If you're caught with nail polish on your nails, you will be arrested. They will put you in handcuffs and they will take you into what's called the detention center. Now, if you're lucky, here's what you get. You will get rid of your nail polish. You will cut your nail if they're long. You will sign a paper called promise paper. You promise never to grow your nail again or put a nail polish on them. If you're not so lucky, you could actually end up paying what's equal of $50 for each nail. So you're gonna walk out of there paying $500. Moving on to our number 9. In Islamic Republic of Iran, having a tattoo is a crime. Literally, it's illegal to have a tattoo anywhere in your body, especially if you're a woman. Now, here's the reason. You might ask why. So, in Islamic Republic of Iran, law comes from Sharia. And within Sharia, there are circumstances that you would have to do a head-to-toe wash-up. It's a religious wash-up. If you have a tattoo, there's an ink on your skin that stops the religious wash-up. So it's a big no-no. If you do actually get caught, again, you will be arrested, put in handcuffs, transferred into detention center. From there on, well, good luck. Okay, moving on to our number 8. Hair. People, your hairstyle could become illegal in Islamic Republic of Iran. Now, before I get to this style, as a woman, you can't show hair. You gotta cover it up. But even as a man, there are actual styles that are illegal to have. So if you decide to go against the law, get those haircuts, you will be legally responsible for making such a decision. Again, that one is hard to cover. So if you get those haircuts, you will be arrested, handcuffs, detention center, and you lose your hair because the punishment is they're gonna shave your head completely, all hair gone. You're gonna have to wait until it grows back, and then you can decide to do the legal haircut again, or maybe not. Moving on to our number 7, your entire outfit, what you wear, could actually be illegal. Here are the circumstances. As a man, if you decide to wear tight jeans, short sleeve t-shirt or shirt, or if you decide to wear a shirt or a t-shirt that has any type of Western logos, names, or writing on it, you literally again will be in trouble legally, meaning the police will arrest you again, they take you in, and seriously, this one could get scary. The punishment could be from promise letter all the way to jail time. You can literally be put in jail for wearing any of those items I mentioned. So if by any reason you decide to go there, make sure what you're packing. Okay, ready for number 6? Driving around or cruising. Yeah. So if you decide in Islamic Republic of Iran, if you decide to just get one of your friends and drive around on the street, you will be in trouble legally because it is illegal for a person or people, friends, group of people to just keep driving around in the same street. You don't have the right. So if you decide to do so, again, you will be arrested and you will be punished. And there are good chances that, well, they give you a hard time. So if you want to drive around and you are in Islamic Republic of Iran, keep going in different direction. If you don't, well, again, you have broke a rule and a law. Moving on to our number 5 crime in Islamic Republic of Iran. So if you are invited to a party, first question you ask is it a mixed party or not? Because if you decide to go to a party where men and women or boys and girls are all in the same room, well, you just broke the law. It is against the law to attend parties where both male and female are present. And if you do so, and for whatever reason you're caught, this could actually turn into a disaster for your life because you could be punished from anywhere of paying funds, or you could end up being lashed. Literally, they can give you up to 75 lashes for being there under the same roof with opposite sex. So, bottom line, in Islamic Republic of Iran, if you really want to have fun, make sure it's boys only or girls only, so you did not commit any crimes. And moving on to our number 4, you might actually know this one, alcohol. So if you're in Islamic Republic of Iran, you are under no circumstances allowed to drink alcohol anytime. If it's a beer or harsh alcohol, you're not allowed to drink it. First of all, they don't sell them on the stores, so you can't get them easily. If you manage somehow to get it from underground people and drink it, and you get arrested, again, this could really affect your life because it is a felony that you just committed. You could get anything between 20 to 95 lashes. No fines, no way out of it. 20 to 95 lashes is your punishment if you decided to drink alcohol and enjoy that moment. So don't do it. If you're in Iran, forget about alcohol. It's not a good thing to do. You broke the law. Moving on to our number 3. It is illegal if you have a pet that is a dog. So having dogs in Islamic Republic of Iran is a big no-no, and it is actually against the law. So if you're walking on the street for whatever reason, actually you don't need a reason. If you have a dog, you need to walk your dog, right? They will arrest you, and sadly, they will put your dog down. So you'll be punished for breaking the law and having the dog, and unfortunately, the biggest punishment goes for your little puppy. They kill the dog, and they will definitely make sure to make your life a living hell. So I know it's a bad thing to say, but if you're in Iran, please don't have a dog, and if you do, don't take your dog outside. Okay, we are getting ready to talk about our number 2 crime and its punishment in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Ready? If you're gay or lesbian, you have broken the law. It is actually a felony. It's unacceptable. No way out of it. Unfortunately, your punishment is nothing but death. So if in Islamic Republic of Iran anybody is gay or lesbian, sadly, they will never have the opportunity or the chance to come out of closet. They have to stay in hiding, and unfortunately they can live their life the style they want. If they choose to do so, as I said, sadly, they will be sentenced to death. Okay, that's it, folks. We got to our number 1. Remember, this is not all of it. These are the top 10 that I figured you might want to know. So, are you ready? Number 1. If you decide to get married, and if you're not a virgin, instead of becoming a bride, unfortunately, you will become a dead body. Yes, here's how it works. Groom's family has the right to take the bride to a doctor to get a confirmation of her virginity. If it is not confirmed, therefore she has slept with someone before marriage, that means she committed what's known as adultery. And in Islamic Republic of Iran, sadly and unfortunately, the punishment for adultery is death by stoning. It is a sad story. It is a sad crime. It shouldn't even be a crime, but it is. So that was the last one for today. I hope you learned something, and I hope you enjoyed. It's hard to enjoy this kind of stuff, but what can we do? We can always learn, and we can try to learn more. So make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next week, same time, I will bring you more top 10.
Anybody got any complaints about America? Bring it on. Now, let me clarify a few things quickly. Yes, this top 10 was made 7 years ago, 6 years ago. However, none of the laws have changed. They're still there. Some are even worse. Some have gone up from misdemeanor to felony. Second thing I want to mention for those of you who might be watching, you're like, wait a minute, I've seen pictures online that girls are wearing this and men are wearing that. I didn't say people don't do it. I said it's a crime. You know, drugs are illegal in America, but we still have plenty of dealers and plenty of users. Just because I brought it up as a crime doesn't mean nobody's doing it. People still do it. People still, do underground parties where it's a party, as we know it, party. And if they get caught, then they pay the price. And I give you an example of why things have gotten worse in Iran, Islamic Republic of Iran, as recently, 2 years ago, Mahsa Amini was killed for showing a bit of her hair from her hijab. The hijab wasn't proper. If you haven't heard about it, look up Mahsa Amini. Sad, tragic story. But as a woman, you cover your hair. If you don't, there's a good chance that, you get arrested. And she was killed while being arrested, while being detained. I believe nobody knows the truth of how it happened, but there was a hit to her head that caused death. So that's where I come from. Can you imagine? Can you understand why I love America? Again, 10 things that I don't think, gentlemen out there, I don't think when you wake up in the morning to get ready to go to work or go anywhere, I don't think you even consider the fact that you can just open your closet, whatever is in there, you put on and you go out. Because that's norm, right? I wear whatever I want to wear, or whatever style of haircut you want to get. You don't need to sit there and worry about the whole, oh, am I going to get arrested? Or are they going to shave my head because my haircut. To that extent, there are people out there. Now, I just talked about Islamic Republic of Iran, but trust me, that is not the only country. Pretty much every Islamic country follows the same rules and regulations and laws because of Sharia. And then there's the communist countries. So the tiniest thing, again, when I originally did this top 10, it was kind of like those who watch it, they're like, you're messing with us, right? I'm like, no. You can pull up the Penal Code of Islamic Republic of Iran. Believe it or not, it's actually available online in English. You can pull up the Penal Code. You see everything I said, it's in there. The punishments, the crimes, everything. And that's just 10 of them. There are so many other ones that I can tell you. You're like, are you kidding me? That's norm. That's basic. It's Ramadan, the month of Ramadan in Islamic countries, but I will narrow it down to Iran because been there, done that, right? When I say been there, done that, been there, done that. Been there, done that. I have been punished for my nails. I have been punished for my hair showing from back of my head. I've been punished for accidentally singing publicly, loudly. I've been punished over and over and over. So let's do this. I'm getting a little too fired up, right? Let's take our last sponsor break. And when we come back, I'll continue rambling on about our freedoms. You don't even know you have them, but you have them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hi, I hope you're enjoying Patriot.tv. I'm Kira, and I am so excited to tell you about our new store. We have everything you could want to show your patriotism around your house. We've got artwork, we've got coffee mugs, there's health and beauty stuff, and even things to decorate with. I've got a few examples here just to give you a little look behind the scenes. First up, by the world-renowned artist Robert Holton. This is part of his Drizzle collection. Give you a better look at that. How cool is that Lady Liberty? Wouldn't that look great in your hallway? And there's even artwork you can wear on your body. God, Country, and Kin, amazing denim jacket for the ladies. Look at this detail and look at the back. Dangerous there with the twin pistols, and ladies, those are not just bullets, those are lipsticks. Yeah, you're dangerous all the way around, right? And there's also stuff you can put on your head. All about the cowboy core this year, right? Love these great hats they've got going. Check out the front and the detail on that with the longhorn. Lovely in the back, and it looks even better on. Yeehaw! Love to show my patriotism in a great cowboy hat. Check us out at the Patriot.tv store today. Join me there. So if you've got an itch to do a little shopping and show your patriotic spirit, click that link above that says store and join me there at the Patriot TV store.
Sounds rolling, all 3 cameras, we're good. Aiming speed. Okay, we're ready.
Is there any regrets that you have in life? I should sit here and say, yeah, I got a lot of regrets. But when I look back on my life and I understand the lives that were lost, I mean, I'm sitting here with you. And I can tell my story.
Former National Security Advisor, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, pleaded guilty today to lying to the FBI.
He was one of the most respected generals in the military.
He was, by definition, the most dangerous possible person for Donald Trump to hire.
Really brilliant military career, serving 33 years.
Why was he being so elusive?
Mike Flynn told the truth and faced life in prison.
Every American needs this historical DVD keepsake. Flynn delivered the truth, whatever the cost. Hand signed by General Michael Flynn, one of America's most treasured military heroes. Order now at the Patriot TV store. Go to Patriot TV, click on Store, and grab a once-in-a-lifetime chance to own a treasured piece of American history. And get your own personal download link to watch America's most talked-about movie, as well as a DVD hand-signed by General Michael Flynn. Use promo code PTV at checkout to get special savings. The Patriot TV store. Incredible savings and a secure, hassle-free shopping experience.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. Oh, wait until next weekend. I'm doing shopping. I'm not going to tell you what I'm buying, but just wait. Anyways, Patriot TV store. Awesome place. Check it out. Before we took our last sponsor break, I was telling you about the little tiny details. Little tiny details you do every day. And I'm not saying it shouldn't be freedoms. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying we are one of the very rare last nations to still have them. So it is good to acknowledge them. What better time to acknowledge them than 4th of July week that goes into the weekend? It's important. There are people out there who, like, I'm thinking head to toe right now, probably a good, I don't know, probably a couple $1,000 fund and a good 70 to 90 lashes earned. Just me sitting here talking to you. My hair showing right there. Dangerous move. You're hearing me publicly loudly. You shouldn't be hearing. If there's a man audience out there, I'm committing a crime. Nails right there. Got the tattoo covering it. American flag. That right there might earn me 10 years in prison. I'm sounding sarcastic, but I'm not being sarcastic. It is so ridiculous. Some of these crimes are so ridiculous in eyes of humanity that I can't even have a straight face and be serious talking about it. Point is, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, we have it great here. Okay, number one, next time you want to complain about America, don't go back and watch my top 10s. This isn't the only top 10 I've done. I've done top 10 about 10 innocent women killed in Iran. I've done a top 10 about the most heartbreaking 10 out of thousands of acid attack victims in Iran who were either killed or disfigured for the rest of their life and scarred for the rest of their life in Iran by itself. Now, Islamic Republic of Iran does not have the highest number of acid attacks. Keep that in mind. Next time you want to complain about America, don't. I'm not going to even tell you what to complain. I just say don't. Don't. Every single day from the moment we wake up until we go to bed, while in bed, we have so much freedoms that people don't even know they exist. I didn't know they exist. I learned them here in America. I didn't know a lot of things that I was introduced in America to, from daily things to animal to whatever, you name it. I didn't even know they existed. And again, I come from a land where the very first Declaration of Human Rights was ever written. I don't know. They exist. Now, the sad part comes to where a lot of my fellow Americans don't know some of the freedoms that do exist in America. For example, we have the right to petition our governments. Did you know that? Did you know that? Or did you all figure because of J6 we should all just zip it and sit home? Which, by the way, J6 turned out to be, well, on them, not us either, right? We have the right to petition our government. We have the right to pick up the phone, call our representative and say, hey, listen up. If you don't represent me, meaning if you don't do what I'm asking you to do, you're fired. Comes next election, adios. You have that right. Right? What a concept. It's there. Did you know you have the right, under our First Amendment, you officially have the right, the freedoms to be offensive, and I have the right and freedoms to be offended? You know that? You don't have to filter yourself. You don't have to correct yourself. You have the right to be offensive. So do I. And we both have the right to be offended. Why we're not practicing it? Why? Did you know in some countries, such as Islamic Republic of Iran, if you put a post on your social media in any shape or form criticizing the supreme leader, president, or any of the officials, it's a crime. Did you know in America we can do that? We can mock them, we can make fun of them, we can praise them, we can criticize them, as long as we're not making threats, which is a human thing, right? By human society, by standards of Declaration of Human Rights, that we should never make threats toward another human being, let alone doing something to them. But that aside, we have that. We have everything. Listen, you name it, we have it. Are we practicing it? No. Are some of the corrupt alphabet agencies trying to twist our rights and freedoms and make them crimes? Yes. But are we going to sit back, relax, and let them actually turn it into a crime where we become Islamic Republic of Iran and we get arrested and punished and put in prison or lashed or whatever they do? Is that what we're doing? Are we really waiting until we get there? And I know I can hear you like loud and clear. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. You can't say that. Again, one of the reasons I keep taking us back to my motherland is the fact that 2,700 years of history, 2,700 years of history. Look where they're at. We're babies. We're young. We're very young. And unfortunately, in our schools, we don't teach history, and the version we do teach is twisted or selected, cherry picked. Ourselves, we're so busy scrolling through our screens. There are very barely people left who will pick up a book and read history or learn about things or go back and listen to some of the speeches or addresses by previous presidents. We just don't do that, right? So you might think it's not going to happen on your watch, but what comes from it is you're not doing anything. Now, I have complained about this. You see, I'm not complaining about America. I'm complaining about Americans. Two very different categories. I have complained about fellow Americans not doing what needs to be done. There is so much you can do. And here's the thing. One of the best things I do it every single hour of every single day, I practice my God-given rights. I do. Do I offend people? All day long. Does that bother me? Not a bit. Do I disrespect people? No. Do they offend me? Barely. But when they do, I don't go, being all crazy about it. I get over it. Because I remind myself that not to be a hypocrite, the God-given rights apply to everyone. In America, at least. It should. If you ask me, should it apply to everybody across the world? But we gotta do it. Now, why why do I emphasize on understanding our freedoms in America? Because there are values behind these freedoms. Okay. When we have the First Amendment, when we have the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of press, these are human acts. The value behind these are the free will and all. There's value behind it. When we have a Second Amendment, we are valuing one's life. When we do understand the freedoms, then we can possibly learn the value behind those freedoms. Now we understand our American values. Now we get it. Now we can fight for America because we have come to realize, wait a minute, these freedoms aren't for a bunch of drag queens to sit at a school and brainwash our kids. That's not what these freedoms are about. These freedoms are about the values of the foundation of this country. And those values are worth fighting for. I should add a "for" at the end. Those values are worth fighting for. Now, I don't want to, even though to me Judeo-Christian values in America go hand in hand, I don't want to make this today's, Go America episode into a preaching show, but you look at it as point of view of a human, point of view of a Christian, point of view of a conservative. It all lines up. It lines up. Do they twist some of the freedoms into give, for example, again, the drag queen, the transgenders agenda, the map? Are you familiar with the map? You know, the minor attracted people? Minor attracted people? That is not a freedom that should be given. Love is love is a twisted version of our freedoms. But now, because we don't tangibly understand the freedoms, because we don't understand the values behind those freedom, we give in, we're like, hey, listen, love is love. No, it ain't. No, it's not. Any form of freedoms within our Constitution, every single one of those amendments, if you read them, if you study them, if you understand them, the simplest, again, I have these booklets, simplified. I even understand them. And when I say I even understand it, my English, I might sound fluent, don't have much of a vocabulary. When we understand them, when we analyze them, when we grasp them, right there and then you're like, wait a minute, every single amendment, every single freedoms given to us Americans through our Constitution, through our founding fathers, through our religious beliefs of Bible, every single one has one thick red line. What is that red line? In any shape or form, any of these freedoms applies until you cross the line in hurting or harming yourself or another human being. Now, tell me, how does MAP work? Minor attracted people, how does that work? The freedom goes to where they're going to hurt and harm children. Right there, unconstitutional. Right there, not accepted by Christianity. Right there, as conservatives, we stand by our Constitution. No can do. See, this is where understanding the American values is the key. And I'll sit here very proudly and I will tell you, from early on, before I was even eligible for citizenship, before I had to learn the Constitution and the history in order to pass my citizenship test. By the way, before Obama, there was really a test. You had to pass it. You had to. It was Obama who came in and pretty much turned it into, well, pass it, don't pass it, don't ask these questions. They don't need to know the Constitution. They don't have to speak English. We can give them try. All that happened during Obama. I became a citizen when the second term of Obama didn't take place yet, when he did all of that. I became a citizen in 2010. I actually had to study the history, founding fathers, Constitution, English. I had to be fluent enough to be able to pass my own test with an English-speaking person in front of me. All of that, side note, again, you're familiar with me. I get thrown. Point is, before all of that was even required, I started learning the Constitution and the history. Why? Because I wanted to understand it, because I wanted to understand what I could and could not do. I wanted to understand why. Now I'm a full person. Why is this country telling me go do whatever you want to do as long as thick red line? As I studied, I started seeing the same common red line. And then later on, I started saying we're constantly crossing those lines, hiding them under freedoms. So, yes, you get the point. You get my point. Point is, to this day, I will say with a straight face, not based on my bias toward America and love, but based on my research, studies, time put into reading and digging, United States of America, by far, is still the most respectful country towards human society. United States of America Constitution is by far the most perfected version of Constitution in the world. And the Judeo-Christian values in United States of America are all 100%, without a doubt, without a single drop of doubt, are all for our own good, no harm. So in any shape or form, moving forward, as I come to an end of this segment, I want you to do this. Celebrate America all day long, please, genuinely, every day. But learn America. Learn the foundations of your country, because it becomes a lot easier to fight for it, to understand it, to appreciate it, to be grateful for being an American. And it becomes a lot easier to counter all the lies put out by the enemy, whatever that might be, social media, mainstream media, politicians, whatever. I hinted at it at another show of mine that a lot of people, a lot of Americans today still think immigration is a right. No, it isn't. And I can give you a sample of 10 other things that are not rights, that are not include rights and freedoms. But again, lack of understanding the concept of freedom creates lack of understanding of values, creates lack of motivation to fight for a country that has saved billions of peoples. Yours truly, one of them. I will repeat what I said at the beginning. If it wasn't for America, I would not experience life. For that, thank you, America. Let me close on this. Thank you, America. Happy birthday again, America. And thank you, America, for being here. Genuinely, thank you, America, for understanding human society can be a wonderfully beautiful society if given the right tools. To my fellow Americans, happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. Remember to be grateful for either being born here, naturalized citizen here, for having the chance to experience life beyond what majority of people have ever experienced in their lives. Don't take these freedoms for granted. Be grateful for them, practice them, master them, turn them into your life. Your life in America is your freedoms, your values. So, land of the free because of the brave, one of my favorite sayings. So I want you all to become brave because we need to keep this land of the free. Thank you for joining me today on this Saturday. And I hope you continue carrying on the fight, tuning into Patriot TV, and may God bless you. May God bless America. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.